All right. And we back with another one. I'm about to kill somebody. So, I finally got my Wi-Fi pod. It was a little bitty thing. It was as big as the palm of my hand, but I also got a new router as well. So, that's why the intro is the lies, the lies. We will see if this is going to work, because if I get disconnected again today, Lord save them, save somebody, because I'm about to be pissed. Now, I still don't understand why my text. Okay, there we go. Okay, okay, okay. It's still kind of off. We'll figure that out later. Let Jesus handle it. Okay, the text is coming in and out, but maybe it just needs some time to, get it together. But we ain't gonna focus on that. We got the pods and we got the stories for you. Okay, so let's start over. Let's start anew. And hopefully we ain't got to blow up today, because I was really upset. When I was on the line with y'all before, when I was recording before, I was upset. I called Spectrum and everything and gave them a mouthful. I said, child, y'all better put a rush on this thing. And they got it here in 2 days. So let's see how it works. Let's see how it works. Okay. So what we gonna do is we're gonna do our first story like we did the other day. What number is it? It's 12, right? Okay. How's y'all day going? Tell me in the comments. Are you guys having an amazing day? I'm okay. I'm doing all right. Right. You know, life is lifing. Hold on one second. So far, so good. The text is blurry still, but we're not gonna worry about that. We're gonna move on. At least it's, connected. It's not, crashing or anything like that. You know what? StreamYard was like, girl, it's your internet. How about you get your internet together? Because I gave him a bad review. But StreamYard, every time I get on here, my internet is fine everywhere to begin. Okay, so StreamYard, what's the got better with me? We're gonna focus on the positive. Remember this story, guys, trying to save 9-month-old baby from Sydney serial stabber. And you guys can see in here I'm a bit more energetic. The other day I was tired, dead tired. Um, so let's jump into it. This is written by Chris Pandolfo, Fox News. Okay. It says a dying mother who thrusted her injured baby into the arms of two strangers begged them to save the child's life, and is the first victim of the Sydney stabbing spree to be identified. Australian media reports says 38-year-old Ash Good died in a hospital on Saturday evening from stab wounds sustained at Westfield Bondi Junction, a 6-level shopping center in Sydney. Her 9-month-old baby, Harriet, was also wounded when a 40-year-old suspect armed with a knife attacked several people at the mall at around 3:20 p.m. local time. 6 people were killed in the unprovoked attack, and 8 were hospitalized with injuries, including a baby. I'm just like, he all he had was a knife. I'm like, was it a what do you call it? A machete or something? Because if it's a knife, one person, several people. right? Several individuals. Why wouldn't you be able to, how you call it, restrain, remove the weapon? In my opinion, I understand in situations like that, we're a bit fearful of our safety, so I can understand that. Moving on. The assailant was fatally shot by a hero cop who was first to respond to the scene, authorities said. Let's just move on. I'm not even going to say nothing about that. Good. Well, this is Australia too. This is not America, so let me not base my opinion about American police officers against foreign police officers. And I believe, we have the highest death rate against police officers in America. Possibly so. I have to do some research on that. Excuse me if I'm talking out the side of my neck. But Good succumbed to her injuries after being transported to St. Vincent Hospital in critical condition, NCA Newswire reported. Two witnesses who spoke to 9 News said she handed them her baby and begged them to help her before they were taken to an ambulance. The baby got stabbed, the witness said. The witness and his brother said they helped to compress the mother and baby's wound before they were taken to paramedics. The mom got stabbed and the mom came over with the baby and threw it at me, and I was holding the baby, he told the local station. The witness described their wounds as very bad and said there was a lot of blood on the floor. Reese Colmenares was among 20 others who hid in a hardware store when people started running out of the mall, including the mother and her baby. The mother was terrified. The mother was sad, just holding and comforting the baby, she told Reuters. Sky News anchor Laura J. revealed live on air that she had known the mother, though she did not identify the victim by name. In an emotional report, J said Good was a mother in the prime of her life. She said, she has a beautiful circle of friends. She's a beautiful woman. She was an incredible athlete, and she had the world at her feet. She got married in recent years, Jay says. Her family are on their way, rushing here now. So many family and friends want to be at the hospital this afternoon. They had to take turns going in and out of the waiting room. Her baby went into surgery, and her mom didn't make it. That is really hard news to take, Jay says. I know that was hard to report, to have a connection to a victim that you're reporting on, and having to get through that without being overly emotional about the situation. Um, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. I want to change my name because my name is hiding in my face. But I'm pretty sure she was a good mother in the prime of her time. I mean, newly mother, 9 months is not a long time. I don't know how long she was married. Hold on 1 second. So, yeah. Uh, I know that was hard to report, as I was saying. Nobody wants to, you know, give those bad news. And I like the fact that she respected the family by not giving out her name, because they need to be notified first. Even though it's her job, her duty to report the news, you still have to have some level or some degree of how do you call it? Integrity, morals, that is not related to your job, that you have to basically stand up against things that your boss or someone of higher authority may be asking you to do, that you don't believe is right. It doesn't have to be the same thing that I believe in or you believe in. If I believe it's wrong, I'm not going to do something that I don't necessarily believe in. And that's just me. I don't really give two F's about losing a job, because a job don't make me. I make me. My character makes me. But I don't want to focus on me too long. Let's get back onto the story. Thank you guys for being patient. I just had to fix that. Oh, sorry. Okay. Fighting through tears to deliver her report, Jay describes the mother's brave final moments. If you have a new baby like that, a 9-month old, you are still well and truly in newborn phase. You are with that baby all the time, she said. And for her, I can't imagine her needing to hand over the most precious thing in her life. Exactly. I know that was hard and devastating. And I just wonder, like in her last moments, of course, the only thing she could think of is, I hope my baby is okay. That's one. And I hope I make it, because any person, anybody with children want to raise their own children to make sure that they are secure, safe in the world, and have these, what do they call it, fundamental values um from their background. So I we need to pray for this baby. Hopefully she's in good care with families, friends, whoever it is that will help, create this village to raise this child. And it should be spread across the country. I'll just say it like that. Though she did not identify the mother out of respect for the family's privacy, Jay says the victim was an incredible person. And I know I mentioned that already, and I had already read this before, so I can respect the Jays for not giving out her name. That's not her place. She didn't feel like it was her place to give out that name. As I say, she's one of those all arounders. She was an incredible athlete, so smart, so beautiful, and she was just so excited to be a new mother, she said. And all of that was ripped away in seconds here this afternoon. New South Wales Police Commissioner Karen Webb told reporters Saturday that the fatal stabbings are under investigation. The suspect was known to police, but investigators are waiting to confirm his identity before revealing it to the public. Webb added that the police do not believe that he was holding an ideation, or I think it was like a thought, right? In other words, that it's not a terrorism incident. Let me assure you that we are confident that there is no ongoing risk, and we are dealing with one person who is now deceased, Webb said during a news conference. What? Okay, yes. So the suspect is gone, so we don't really have to worry about him terrorizing the community anymore, which is a positive thing for Australian residents. Um, Again, let's keep that mother in our prayers. Make sure that, you know, her child is raised in a safe and loving home. All right, give me a second to make sure this pops up and none of my other stuff pops up that don't need to be showing. Mm-mm. Oh, this one was hard. And every time I got to it, pissing me off. I was like, look at here. Do y'all do the internet not want me to bring y'all this good people were out here like this? Like people live out here like this, doing stuff like this. Okay. It says teen who allegedly shoves New York grandma left her with fractured skull after church. Assault should be in jail. Son. This is written by Tina Moore and Gorget Roberts. This was published April 13th, 2024. Look at that. Look at them stairs. Look, let me tell you something. I fell down the stairs as in 5, right? I had to be about 5, something like that. No, 4 or 5. And I fell down the stairs and broke my arm, my right arm. I've necessarily been terrified of stairs, but I'm very careful on stairs, right? In age, I ain't that old, but don't, you have to be careful as you get older. But this woman is 68. Okay? She's probably not in the best of shape the way we see some of the 68-year-olds, but that's besides the point. Look at them stairs. She's falling backwards. She's getting pushed backwards. Oh, okay. I couldn't see this before. I wasn't probably trying to see it, but he's holding on to her back as she's going down. He's holding on to her back as she's going down. So that, even though it's still kind of grainy or whatever, in due time it will happen. But at least I ain't getting kicked off this mother sucker, okay? Hallelujah. Can I get an amen in the comment? Okay, thank you. Breaking story. I'm going to let you know my opinion in a second. A Queen's grandmother who was left with a fractured skull after she was shoved down the stairs of her church and robbed, but has little memory of the attack, said her son, who was calling for the teen thug accused of attacking her to be charged as an adult. Let me tell you something. If it was my mama, I wouldn't be asking for him to be charged as an adult. I would be asking him to be charged as a ticket, okay? Give him a warning, okay? Because when he come out them doors, when he come out from them streets, we're going to have a visual. That's all I'm going to say, okay? We don't need him to be charged as an adult. No. You touch my mama, we're going to have a visual, okay? She seems to think she seems to think that she did something wrong. Every time I got to this point, it crashed. But we gonna move on. Okay, hold on 1 second, because here we go. Hopping up. Only stop it. Okay, I could have probably left that there. You couldn't see it. Hold on. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I, you know, motherhood doesn't stop. But anyways, I shouldn't even did all that because the StreamYard sign was blocking it. But technology savvy. But anyways, let's move on. Thing wrong. Freddie Boris? Tahalayam Boris? Oh Lord, these names. Freddie what kind of name is that? Hmm? Is that Spanish? Boris. M. Boris. Mm. Greek? I don't know. Okay, so anyways, told the Post Saturday she thinks this is somehow her fault. They look what do you call those people? Shoot, I can't think of them. Oh my goodness. Oh, it'll probably come to me later. But anyways, she thinks this is somehow her fault. Irene, I'm not even gonna try it. Okay. Laam Boris, 68, was allegedly pushed down the stairs backwards at Saint Demetrios, Greek. Did I say Greek? Did I say Greek? I could have. If I said Greek, give me a like because I could have sworn I said Greek. Is that Greek? Okay. I thought I didn't know nothing, but anyway, this is a lady who fell down the stairs. Let's not joke. Wow. She's sitting up in the hospital. Okay, Greek Orthodox Church in Brea Airwood by teen Javon Prince. Javon Prince on April 7th, leaving her with a cracked skull and bleeding on the brain, authorities said. Now, Javon Prince, I'm hoping you Hispanic or something, okay? Prince, who attempted suicide after his arrest, was awaiting arraignment Saturday. Ain't that about a B? He has to be accountable for his crime as an adult because that's exactly the way he's acting like an adult. Freddie Boris, 51, said he needs to understand that what he did is not right. Time is required for someone who committed this level of violence. In my case, I would say prison. Okay, put him in there with the big boys. Okay, he want to touch my mama? I don't understand at 16 years old how he has so much violence in him and anger in him to do something like this to another human. The son added. Well, what do they call it? Systemic. What they call it? I forgot what they call it. It's at the tip of my tongue. But because he's in an environment where he's not prospering or having access to the same resources as you, sir, which is making him angry. He cannot get out of the situation that he's living in. He has no choice but to act out, or he thinks that this is the only way out of his situation. So I almost had it, but so we don't want to sit up there and say why. Well, I don't understand. You want to be empathetic to other people and try to understand, try to get to know what environment was he living in to understand why he would do something like this. Now, a person that's, has a spoon in his mouth, has great parents with money, right? With all the resources, has nothing to worry about. Then you can ask that question. But that's just my opinion. A troubled child with no village is understandable why they will act out. They have nobody to guide them. But we don't want to hold on. We don't want to stay on that one point. Let's just move on. The teen had allegedly mugged a 50-year-old woman 3 days earlier and stole her car. Oh my gosh. One of 9 prior arrests on his records, police sources said. Now, I thought that you're not supposed to show minors pictures, but he's black. He's black. He looks scared. You can see it in his eyes. He looks scared. Okay? Understandably. If I do that, would it zoom in? No, it didn't zoom in. Okay, there we go. Look at his face. Look at his face. He looks scared. I mean, the only place I could think of that's out there is Rikers, right? And they say even the juvenile section is dangerous. That's where that young man that Jay-Z did a documentary on. I forgot his name right now. Put it in a comment for me, but he was up in there, and he said, he came out not well. It was a traumatic experience for him. So, I would be scared too if I was this young man. I would be ishing bricks if I was him. Let's go ahead and move on. Javon Prince, 16, has been charged in the assault. I wonder, how much can you get for assault? Oh, Lord. He was also arrested twice for misdemeanor assault in December 2023 and then again on February 2nd, according to law enforcement sources. He was also charged with 6 robberies in Queens in August, the sources said. Is he on probation or something? He should not have been released after those arrests, the Sun said. I mean, he's been charged with so many other crimes, but he hasn't been convicted. There's a difference between being arrested and actually convicted on those charges. He's probably still awaiting trial. And as I hear it, New York courthouses are backed up. They're way behind. As the grandmother lays on the ground, as the grandmother lays at the bottom of the church stairs, a teen can allegedly be seen in the video, in video of the incident, picking her pocket and stealing her purse before taking off. And before taking off with her 2006 Nissan. What? Police sources said what? Now, what I saw earlier, what we saw here, right? What we saw here, we saw him. Okay, it looked like he had her bag, but it looked like he never had her bag. But he definitely pushed her. His hands is in pushing position. And you didn't think to. I'm not trying to promote violence or encourage crime, but I'm just like, if you're gonna commit a crime, bro, you don't think to surveillance the area for one, look for cameras for two, and then it's bright as hell outside. Like, come on. Oh Lord, look at her. This is crazy. Surveillance video from the church caught the brute pushing the woman backwards down the stairs. That's what I'm saying. She eventually landed on her back on the sidewalk where the teen allegedly stole from her. Why you got your hand balled up? Video from the church shows the teen at the top of the stairs wearing a black hoodie and mask. How were they able to identify him? He must be wearing something that he wore before. Probably this damn jacket. Of her attack said his mom is still in shock and seems to have little memory of what happened. The grandmother of 2 dared to watch the video, not even once, he said. I don't know how people that are out there living among us could be so cruel to another person. It's unbelievable. And I agree. Like, but you would think that people are not out here like that. They're out here like that. But there's a reason why they're out here like that. And if maybe, the people that's supposed to be protecting the people helping the people, creating these laws to protect the people, would also create something that would profit the people, that will be able to accommodate the people to get out of certain situations. Why is the homeless percentage so high? Why are people now all of a sudden opium addicts, crackheads, heroin addicts? Why are they still out here and not being treated? And people and their family have to spend thousands of dollars to help with these treatments. How come the people that's supposed to help the citizens of this country is not doing something about it? I mean, that's just my opinion. His mom was kind-hearted and would have handed over her purse gladly, the son believed. I don't think so. Based off that video, based off that screenshot, it looked like his mama was like, N-word, no. Okay, and not with the hard ER. But she was like, you're not getting this back. Okay, she looked like she yanked. Because if mama was going to just hand her bag over, she just would have handed it over, but she didn't. Okay, she yanked it back. I wonder if it was one of those maneuvers where she yanked, pulled back. I don't know, but his arm gesture is out there. It looks like he pushed her. So I don't want to blame the victim and say it was her fault, but she definitely wasn't giving up that bag, son. I really don't understand this person's morals and what's behind all of this. He said he doesn't have any morals, sir. He wouldn't be out there stealing if he had morals, right? His morals are not high. Because I'm pretty sure he's not stealing from his parents. He's not stealing from his family. He's not stealing from his best friend, whoever he is, productive in his life. He's not doing those things to them. But, his moral compass is not that high. He doesn't have those fundamental values that you or I was blessed to have, right? That what do they call it? That raw, tender, sensitive conscience that will make us think like, hey, would this be right? Is this acceptable to do? Would I want someone to do this to me? No. So we have to, again, be sympathetic, empathetic about other people's situation and not expect for them to think the way that we think. Of course, we don't want to, especially if it happens to us, we think irrational, right? But we want to be able to think rationally, and once we have time to decompress and evaluate the situation and say, let me figure out. That's why I do get irritated with some people. Most of the time I see is white people who try to say, I want to meet my perpetrator. I want to understand why they did this, what made them do this. I kind of get irritated, but now I understand that. But let me tell you something. I would just have to wait until I get into that situation, because it's easier said than done. Because if anybody touch minds, just God bless y'all. Y'all better run and hide to me, okay? No, okay. Visual for me, okay? But I kind of understand, and I don't want to say something that I don't believe in, but that I have to still work on me. I say that. I'm still working on me. Let me see. He should have just asked for the bag. My mother would have been happy to give it to him, not a problem. Mm-hmm. His mom would typically begin preparing soon for Greek Orthodox Easter on May 5th, he said, but right now her long-term prognosis isn't clear. I'm praying every day she's going to recover 100% and she's going to be back to her normal state, the son said. Let me tell you something. She's going to walk in that courthouse. What's the word? Disheveled? Irate? No, not irate. She's going to go up in there acting like she is sickly, can't move. And once she hear that verdict, hopefully if it's in her favor, she gonna do cartwheels out of there. Okay. And this is not to get on, like I said, the mother or anything, but excuse me. Um, she does look like a frail woman based off this picture. Um, he was wrong for pushing her and robbing her. Um, and we have to do better as a society, not only in our own situation, but if we can be of a helping hand to someone else cautiously, then I say we should try to build up our community. I hope his mother does recover 100%. Most likely it probably won't be 100% to where she was, but thank God what she's still alive. That is what matters the most, and hopefully she does recover from her injuries and not succumb to them, because a head injury is a serious injury and can turn either in an instance, right? So that little boy better be praying too that she recovers. But we're still not 100% clear that everything's going to operate, that her fingers are going to be moving, her legs are going to be moving. We're just praying that everything's going to come back to her slowly. Of course, Detectives Endowment Association President Paul Digiamico. Let me try again. Digiacomo said that the state's criminal justice system is failing in parts because of laws that raise the age that a child can be prosecuted as an adult in the criminal cases from 16 to 18. Rightfully so, because you know why? Can y'all tell me in the comments why they probably changed that law? Taxes and all, okay? Taxes that had to be paid out. So yeah, go ahead, but they can choose to try a minor as an adult, depending on the crime, right? How severe the crime was. Now, do I think he should be charged as an adult? This is not my situation. If it was my situation, I already gave you my opinion about it. This is somebody else, so I will be biased in making an opinion about it. I just hope the best for his outcome. New Yorkers have been asking for help since the crisis began in 2019, and the Detectives Union has been telling Albany and the city councils how to fix it. He said if they want to prevent more tragedies, they'll start listening. Well, you haven't given them a good enough reason to listen, sir. But, that's just my opinion. Let's make sure nothing. All right, let's go. I mean, we're doing good so far. We haven't crashed. Uh, I don't know how my sound is doing. Let me check. Let me make sure. Okay. I mean, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. So we have this story from CNN. It says 8-year-old girl killed and 7 other people wounded in Chicago shooting, including other children, police says. I wonder how this came about. This is written by Dahlia Fahid. And in excuse me, Paradise Afshar, CNN. This was posted April 14, 2024. I love some men in some suits, okay? They look so good, but you could just see Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. Y'all can't see. My bad. I was saying 8-year-old girl killed and 7 other people wounded in Chicago shooting, including other children, police says. This is written by Dahlia Fahid in Paradise Afshar. This was posted April 14th, 2024. And I said, I love men in suits, but you could just see, just, they couldn't walk down the street with me. Maybe him. Maybe he could walk down the street with me. He looked like he can, you know, deal with a black woman. But the other ones, they just like, ugh. Look at this poor black man back here. Mm-mm-mm. Police provide an update on a shooting that killed a child in Chicago Saturday. CNN, a 8-year-old girl dies and 7 other people were wounded, including 2 young children. Okay. When shots were fired while they were standing outside at a family gathering in Chicago Saturday night, police said. The girl was pronounced dead after being shot in the head, according to Chicago police. Police initially identified her as a 7-year-old. A 1-year-old boy and a 7-year-old boy were each shot multiple times and left in critical condition. Chicago Police Deputy Chief Don Jerome. Jerome. Okay. Chicago Police Deputy Chef Don Jerome said at a news conference, also wounded. Police said, though it's unclear, area hospital, police said. That's good. And not they're being hospitalized at, because you never know if something, I don't know. I don't want to just automatically say, my goodness, gang related, Jerome. For me and your children. You see, but it's peeing me off. Do you pipe it down? Innocent children were struck tonight, and one of them tragically succumbed to her wounds. No, how about a community full of people were injured? Don't just focus. I don't like the fact that just because children were involved, of course, we don't want any children to be hurt. But from, what did they say, 19 to 40, we don't want nobody to be hurt, because that could be you or me or our children. No, sir. I think those were poor choices. See, me and Jerome couldn't be together because he's using poor choices. How about our community was attacked? Responding officers administer life-saving measures on those who were shot, including applying tourniquets and chest seals. Jerome said, calling the shooting tragic. Police have not named any suspect in the shooting, and no arrests were reported as of early Sunday. Witness accounts described 2 shooters on foot at the scene. Jerome said people did not provide further details on the shooters, but the deputy chief said that their actions are horrific and unacceptable in our city. Again, in our community. Detectives are on the scene, Jerome said, adding that the investigation is preliminary and ongoing. Police are asking for anyone with information to come forward. Firearms are the number one killers of children and teens in America, having surpassed motor vehicles accidents, which had been the leading cause of death among America's youth until 2020. I think that's irrelevant. And I get we're trying to have the discussion of reform, what do they call it? Reform gun rights. First of all, the Second Amendment is not going anywhere. Okay. It's not going anywhere. Now, I don't even know what to say about it. I don't know what we should do, because our forefathers created the law that we should be able to secure ourselves. The only thing I can say is that you should secure yourself, but then all that will lead to is a community full of gun violence. So, what can you do? What can you do? It's nothing you can do. Federal data from the Center for Disease Control and Prevention shows the number of gun deaths among U.S. children and teenagers rose 50% between 2019 and 2021. That is sad, but it ain't going nowhere. So it's no point in even talking about it. There's no point in talking about it. It ain't going nowhere. All right. And now we have our story, our primary story. I don't know why I did a drum roll, and these are tragic stories. I am so sorry. I'm being so insensitive right now, but let me tell you something. I low-key have dark humor, and I have a dark side to me that I don't want to see. But excuse me for laughing through this. I don't want to be sad. I am sad for the family. Don't get me wrong, but I don't want to be sad in delivering the story. So I hope you guys can understand and respect it. If not, you know what you can do. You know what you can do. I respect you guys, though. Okay. Okay. So let me bring it back. Oh. So we have our primary story, executor. Hold on. Really? Okay. He's talking about a will. Okay. O.J. Simpson's executor says Ron Goldman's family will get nothing from a state. Does this nigga even have an estate? What did he mean? I thought he was living off of 50 Cent. Wasn't he living off of 50 Cent or something like that? Let's look it up. Hold on. Ron Goldman's father. That's what I wanted to look up. Ron Goldman father. Yes. Is he still alive? I wanted to know if he outlived OJ. Now I can't think of the saying. I guess I could put it like that's the humor of the day. That's the ironic part, right, of this whole story, that Mr. Goldman outlived the person who allegedly murdered his son, who was acquitted of murdering his son. Let's say that. Can we say that? Because that's true. Okay. He outlived them. So it tells me, and it's sad. It's sad that OJ, if he did, that's a big if, that's a big word. If he did, he got to live his whole life, even though he got to do some jail time. What he do? 8 years for robbing his own memorabilia. He still got to live his life, his best life on the what? The golf field the whole damn time. He was eating steaks, drinking alcohol, and living on the golf field, okay? For his whole life. He probably died on the golf field. Let's see. Let's get into the story. Simpson's lawyer, Malcolm Lavergne, Sorry. Simpson's lawyer Malcolm Lavergan pledged that no money from the estate will go towards repaying wrongful. Hell no. Sorry. Oh, and I forgot to say where this is coming from. Rolling Stones. Okay. Sorry. Simpson's lawyer Malcolm Lavergan pledges that no money from the state will go towards repaying wrongful dollars. Why? Why not? Why not? Why not? Tell me why. Tell me why. Why? I don't. What was the amount? Let's look, because I think we still got it up. What was the amount? Let's see. Let's see. Let's just get to the point. 33.5. $33.5 million in damages. You telling me out of 100, that's what I be talking about. Greedy. You can't give 30%? Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. Can they legally do that? O.J. Simpson leaves court after closing arguments for his trial at the Clark County Regional Justice Center on October 2nd, 2008 in Las Vegas. I think that's when he don't do this. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, really? Really, bitch? Because now I really want to read it. Hold on, let me pull up the story. I think if you're in school that you can log on to all these websites. Hold on. Is there a fee to subscribe? You have to pick one of these. Sorry. I should have been ready. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Right. What happened? I definitely don't want to receive no magazines though. I can tell you that right now. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, guys. I don't know if you got it. Okay. So okay. It's moving slow. Uh It's here. So I don't know what's going on. We're gonna try to get through with